Hello, in this episode of the Craps Lab, we're going to talk about scaling, bankroll, and risk of ruin. Stay tuned. So we talk about scaling. What are we talking about? We're talking about when table minimums go from $5 to $10, $10 to $15, $15 to $25, $25 to $50, and from $50 to $100 tables, right? And at the moment, we're not talking about the bankroll you need with that, but we're going to talk about your minimum bets, the different bet units on those tables. Okay? I'll cover the 8, 9, 10 and the pass line with odds. Let's say the point is on a 6, and we want to bet uptown here, right? So we want the 8, 9, and 10 at $5 units is going to be a $5 minimum. It would be $6 for the 8, $5 for the 9, $5 for a 10. And we'd have a $5 pass line at a Vegas style table. That would be a, let's just use a quarter, 5 times odds, $25, right? If it was a 5, the max would be 20 odds. If we were on a 4, the max would be 3 times, and that would be 15 odds. 3 times the pass line bet would be 15. All right, so let's scale that up. Now we're at a $10 table. All right, so now we need $32 to cover that. So this was $16 to cover uptown, and now we're talking 32, just doubling it, right? And if we're talking a pass line bet here, we're talking again 10. If we're on the 4, that would be 30. Get it over here. There we go. All right. If we're on the 5, 4 times 10, $40. Right? So there's 40. And if we're on the 6, we go to 50. All right. So now we go to a $15 table. Okay, so now we're talking, you got 15, 15, and 18. Got a $15 pass line. On a 6, you could go up to 75 at 5 times odds. 5 times 15 is 75. Basically, let's see here. Just when you're talking the 6 or 8, and you're talking 5 times, you're basically talking the next chip up, right? Is on a 5 times table. 5 red goes to green, right? So let's move it to the 5. Let's say the point's a 5. Now we're talking, instead of 75, we're talking 4 times. So we're talking 4 times 15 is 60. And if we go to the 4, we're talking 3 times 15, and that's going to be 45. Okay? So there's that. Now what if we make it to a quarter? What if they up it to a quarter table on us, right? Well, now we're going to 80, right? So there's a $30 8, quarter 9, and a quarter 10, right? And our pass line bet would have to be a quarter. And on the 4, we know it's, and basically these, the 4 and 5, we're talking, it's 4 times your base bet here, right? 3 times your base bet on a 4. So you're basically multiplying your unit here. So this, like that was 15. Well, this one's going to be 75. It's 3 of the same color chips, right? If it's the 5, it's 4 times, and now it's 4 times. So now it's 100. And if we're on the 6, 5 times. Goes to, so we go from, progression is 75, 100, 125. The interesting thing is, regardless of what the payout, regardless of what you have on there, I'm pretty sure the payout is the same. Let's see. Anyway, we'll figure that out. All right, let's go to a $50 table, right? So now we're talking 60, 50, and 50. And our odds, we got a $50 pass line. Now we're talking with a 6, 5 times, we can go up to $250 in odds. If we move that to a 5, the max we could go to is 4 times 50 is 200. And if we go to a 4, the max times 3, 50 times 3 is 150. All right. Now we go to Crazy Town at a $100 table, 120, 100, 100, 9 and 10. Get a pass line bet of $100. 3 times 100 is going to be 300. Go to the 5. Max is going to be 400. And go to the 6. At 5 times odds, 5 times 100 is $500. All right. That is scaling your bets. Let's start bankroll generalities. What is your minimum comfortable bankroll at any level in terms of N? For instance, I would like 50 times the minimum bet at any table structure that I'm playing, right? So if it's a $5 table, I would like $250, 50 times. All right. If I'm at a $10 table, I'm looking at $500. If I'm at a $15 table, it would be $750, but I like to round it up. So I would now be at $1,000. If I'm at a quarter table, quarter times 50 would be $1,250. I round it up to $1,500. If I'm at a $50 table, which I've never played at, I would like 50 times $2,500. Now we're talking about risk of ruin. And I am not an official math magician or any shit like that. In researching my recent play, as we've seen in the Confessions of a Craps Player, I've had some awful runs. I am actually getting destroyed, right? So I'm destroying my bankroll. Now let's talk about minimum bets to your bankroll. We're on a $5 table. And we have a $250 bankroll, right? So we're getting a $5 pass line, points of 9. We're just taking 2x odds, and we got the inside. Right? And all of a sudden they switch it. So let's add this up here. We got 17 inside. We've got $15. We got a $5 pass line, $10 odds. So there's another $15. So we're at $32. We're at 32 out of $250 in play. So that is greater than 10%. Let's see here. At the start of the next shooter, this shooter 7's out. Right? So they collect this money here. You now lost that money. And now they're saying it's a $10 table. Well, first you're down, right? You're less than your starting bankroll. So you have to take that into account. But let's just assume that you're going to the casino assuming to play a $5 table, but instead it's a $10 table. But you still have a $250 bankroll, right? So now, same situation. They roll that 9. You got $10 here. Let's say you go 20 odds. I mean, you still could take 10 odds, right? You can always do that. Let's do that for now. And then let's get your 34 in action here. Right? Oops, need one more, I guess. There we go. There's your 34 in action. Meanwhile, the guy next to you has bought in for $500. He's going to take 10 and 20. 10 with 20 odds. And he is also going to take 34 in action. All right. So we're going to do this. All right. So you're both in for 34. You're both in for 10 here. You're both in for 44. The $250 bankroll is in for $54, while the $500 bankroll is in for $64. In this bankroll utilization chart, you can see that a $100 bankroll is at 64% utilization. A $250 bankroll is at 25.6% utilization, and a $500 bankroll is at 12.8%. 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, of course, are going to be even less. And what this translates is to the number of bets that you can withstand at this utilization. A $100 buy-in can make 1.5 bets. A $250 buy-in can make 3.91 bets, and a $500 buy-in can make 7.81. And you can see it goes on up to 39 bets for a $2,500 buy-in. They go from a $10 table to a $15 table. All right, we're going to a $15 table now. So they've told everybody $15, right? Meanwhile, somebody new walks up to the table and they plop their $15 down. Now this person is going to be betting 15, and they got to put another nickel on all of these. Plus, they need another dollar. So we're going to go here, here, here. I need $5 more. There we go. And this guy needs the same thing. And he also just put some more money back there. He actually has to put another nickel on there, give himself the even odds. Could put $1, but let's see here. So, oh yeah, and then let's set up this guy. I'm gonna need that. Go. And he needs odd. He's going to take 2x odds, so he's going to go 30 odds. All right. So now we're at the $15 table. This on a 9 is 51 inside. 51 inside represents a fifth of that. Not to mention, we're now at, should add this also, I guess. So 35, so we got $15 here, so that's 66 plus 20 is $86. $86 for, oops, we're over here. Yep, $86 is, let's see here, 86 over 250. That's going to be more than 33. We're looking at about 34 to 35% of the banker. He's basically got 3 shooters that he can handle a 0.7, well, 2 shooters, right? He could go 0.7 out, 0.7 out, 0.7 out, and he's done, right? $500 bankroll. They are at 86 also, but 86 out of this is still less than 20%, probably about 18%. So that means they can handle 5.5 shooters with that bet across and a $20 odds on a $15 pass line. All right, and now we go to the $1,000 bankroll, and the $1,000 bankroll is let me get these adjusted here. The $1,000 bankroll again has 51 inside. He's got a $15 pass line, so we're at 66, and he's got $30 in odds. So that is $96. $96 out of $1,000 is just under 10%. Right? So we're talking 9.5%. So this shooter can withstand almost 11 shooters at this betting limit, assuming they get no more. It's basically 0.7 out, right? Well, that's not going to happen. Well, I shouldn't say that, right? Craps table says "hold my beer" when someone says that. But all right, so just to just giving you an idea here of your betting versus your bankroll, and what's your risk compared to your bankroll. All right. They increased the table limit again. Now it's $25. $25 table. We got a new guy show up. This guy betting a quarter, taking 2 times odds. We're going to get a point of a 9 again. He's going to put 2 times odds, and he's got to get. Let's see here. We'll start him up here. Right, there we are. Now, these guys all have to go up to a quarter also. So, let's, that guy only has, let's give $25 here. And then let's bring these 2 down. Here we go. Okay. But now we've got 80 inside, 85 inside for everybody. Plus we've got a quarter over here, so that's 110. 30 right there, that's $140. So we've got $140 in action for these 3 players. So 140 of 250 is more than 50%. If this person's 7'd out right now, they would not be able to rebuy for the same amount on the next shooter. So risk of ruin is crazy high. This guy here, $500 at the $140 is he's more than 25% of his bankroll is in play. And if that's your style, I'm not knocking it, but you're probably either winning big early or going home fast. And the $1,000 bankroll, that means $140 is 14% of your bankroll. So, yeah. So again, you're going to get about 8 plays. I mean, you went from 86. You went from about 10, 12 to down to 8, right? So your number of betting rounds, I guess, is reduced in half when the table limit goes up. The $1,500 better, he's got $140 at risk also. Actually, he's got a little more than that. He's got $160 at risk. So just under 10%, just over 10%. What's that? 10, he's got about 10.5%-ish, right around there. So again, he's looking at just under 10 plays of this same system would get him, he'd be able to do 10 shooters if he didn't make another dollar, right? Now let's go to a $50 table. I've never played at a $50 table. I've only ever bought in once for $2,500, and I was scared the whole damn time, so I probably shouldn't do that, right? I mean, it's scary. I mean, it's $2,500, right? It's a lot of money to a lot of people. All right, so let's take care of this guy here first. Let's get him set up. Let's see if we can do this without. Now, what we've just seen here is this guy here has $240 in play, right? This guy here has $240 in play and would be able to withstand one more, should be able to withstand one hit here and be able to do it again. This guy, again, at $50 minimum, the $1,000 player is looking at about 4 times, right? So again, drop from 8 down to 4, 50%. Every time we're pumping this up, we're decreasing the amount of times that they could play. 1,500, again, 250. Now we're down to 6 times, right? So we went from 12 to 8 to 6, okay? And $2,500 player at 240 is looking, or actually he's a little more than 240, so he's got 170, 220, $320. So he's about, let's see here. God, they're making me do math. About 12%, 12, 13%. All right, so at 12, 13%, you're talking 7 or 8 times. So even at $50, a 50x buy-in may not be enough. That's probably underfunded, because this is minimum bet stuff here, folks. Minimum bet, right? Could this better do anything with $50? Well, now we're talking about scaling and bankroll, right? And you're looking at you probably don't want to play every doggone place, right? And that's another thing that I am guilty of, is feeling like you got FOMO, right? You get FOMO when you feel like you have to win something on every roll of the dice. Folks, I'm here to tell you, you do not have to win on every roll of the dice, because you're taking in a little bit, right? Let's go back to a nickel table here. Let's go back to a nickel table, right? And this guy wants to bet every stinking number. And I don't know, I see this all the time. I've done it myself. Right? Take the max odds there. How much do I have at risk? Well, I've got 27 across, 32. I've now got $52 across. I've got $250 bankroll. $52 is just under 5 times I could repeat this bet. So basically 5 shooters, right? I hit any one of these numbers, what am I making? I'm making $7 to $9. Let's say I hit an 8, right? Let's pay the 8. I made $7. How much is that compared to what I've got bet? Well, 7 divided by 52 is 7 with $2 change, right? So we're talking. I basically recovered 1.728 of my bet, right? Let's say I got to hit another one. I hit a 6, right? I now got another 7.28% of my bet. Now this one's covered, and this one's covered. I'm doing that not exactly the right order. These two bets are covered, but I'm still exposed for $52 every time I roll the dice. For what? For 7% of my bet. Exposing 25% or 52, 20% of my bankroll. So as a percentage of my bankroll, starting at $7 of $250 is 3.5%, right? So that's what would it be better to not bet every number? This right here, in my opinion, it's true odds, right? So you're getting paid exactly what you should win when you get hit, right? Because that's going to pay $30, plus you get to collect your $20 back. That's in the 5. That's $55 right there, right? Let's see. Let's say I hit 2 numbers, and I pull down my outside bet. Right? So the further outside, the further the risk, the higher the reward, right? So what if I start centralizing as I hit numbers, right? I hit both the inside numbers. I don't know, maybe I pull the inside numbers down. Maybe I pull the outside numbers down, right? I've just pulled the 4 and 10. So now I'm exposed for 17, 22, $42. I've got $24, right? So that's 24 out of 18, or 24 of 42 is... So I've reduced my exposure to $42. I've collected $24, $14 from wins, $10 from bringing the 4 and 10 down. I now have 57.1% of my exposure back in my rail. What if I took half my odds down? That's, oof. Again, I'm in the point where I feel like I have to collect. Right here, I've got how many opportunities to collect, right? There's 36 rolls of the dice. 4 combinations make a 5. 5 combinations make a 6. 6 combinations make an 8. 5 combinations make an 8. And 4 combinations make a 9. So I've got 9. I've got 18 out of 36, right? So I've got half the numbers that are available on a dice. I'm gonna get paid. So, and it's gonna add to my bankroll. Would it be better as a $250 better to only bet a couple numbers, right? Let's put these wins back. All right, so those wins go back. I had these right here, right? Let's collect those. Let's start off with only $10, backing it up. how much am I risking? I am risking, so I was risking $52. Now I'm risking 10, 22, 32, $37, right? I hit a five. How many opportunities I got of the dice? I got 4 here. I've got 5 here. I've got 4 here. So I've got 8, 13 out of 36 dice combinations covered. And when I hit these, I'm going to get paid $14. Right? So there's $14. 14 out of 37 is a much bigger percent. And a 37, by the way, is going to be in the roughly, so I'm making about 33% of my money right there. Much better than $7 on 52, right? I'm exposed for less, and I'm getting a greater return, but I'm also getting fewer numbers. That's the concept I wanted to cover here. With that $14 bet, you can take a $12.06. You take a $12.06. It didn't cost it what it cost you. It cost you a roll of the dice, but you got $2 back. So your exposure, I'm not even counting that, because my initial exposure is the $37, but now I've picked up another 5 opportunities to make $14 to try and help our bankrolls here. And I'm thinking about this stuff. I was talking about in my Confessions of a Craps Player video. I would have a $500 bankroll, and let's set it up. Okay, so we're reset again. All right, now here we go. $500 bankroll. I'm betting a nickel. I would bet $20 on the odds, sometimes 30, depends on where we're at. I would throw out $51. There we go. And then I would probably throw out $6 to $10 for a couple hardways. So let's say I'm throwing out nickel, 6 and 8. I don't know if you can see that, probably can't. But so I've got $51 here. I've got 20 in odds, 71, nickel, 76, and I've got nickels over there. That's a total of $86 in play in a $500 bankroll. Folks, it's a fucking $5 table. I don't need to bet 3x on all those numbers, right? Don't need to do it. I definitely don't need to be betting this much on a hard way, right? Let's calm that down. Let's say I make it just $3 each, right? I'm just gonna put that right there to represent the hard way bets that I've made. And then, let's calm it down here. What if I... Right? What's that do? Jeez, let's do that. Don't even need that much on there now, right? Well, that's great. I still wanted to hit it, but... There we go. Okay, what have I just done? Right? I have gone from $86 to, that's 23, 33, 38, $41. Have my exposure. I'm not going to win as much, but in the event that the and I tell you what, that the way that local table is playing out, this is probably still too much. What I've been doing is I've been playing come bets off of this. So I'll drop a nickel come bet, right? And 2x odds wherever it hits. What's great about this is I've got 18 of the numbers covered. And if it hits those, I move to them. This one here, for instance, is great because I get paid 14 and I still collect my original bet. So I have $12.08, a $5 come bet, replaced with a $5 come bet with $10 odds, and now it looks like I have $1 exposure. It hits one of these numbers. I move it over here. It hits that. I get paid $7. Double odds. I've got a $15 bet. If we take my initial $11 invested, subtract the 11 plus the $7 win, minus the $15 I currently have bet, total exposure of $8. Same thing for the 5. Okay, so that moves there. $10 odds. I have a $15 bet, $10 invested, and I'm in for $8 exposure. I 7 out. I make $5. I lose $38 plus the hard ways. So I lose all that money, but I'm still getting $10 back. So okay, so the update for the first of all, I appreciate all of the responses to my Confessions of a Craps Player video. Yeah, that was a pretty shitty run, but so far April's been a lot better. I've been logging my throws. I've been logging them in Bone Tracker, as a matter of fact. I have a video coming out about that. Basically, how I'm retooling my toss. It starts by throwing from what would be stick left 1 on a 14-foot table. And again, I haven't updated my surface yet. So what I'm doing is I'm logging my throws before. I'm going to get my changes made to the table, and then I will be retesting. And I'm looking at, I've contacted American Gaming Tables about getting a 16th inch neoprene underlayment. I'm looking at changing out my layout because pretty much this repeater bet is dead. There'll still be a couple places in Vegas that have it, local casinos out there, but there's no place around here that I know of that has it, and I'm in Iowa. We do have several places that have this bet. But anyway, I'll be getting a new layout. I'm going to try and get, I'm going to get one that has it'll be a lighter shade of blue in the, I'll call it the infield of the table. But this area will still be a little darker blue. This will be here. I'll still have my URL on there. That's another thing I got going on right now is I'm really excited about is crapsbankrolltracker.com. Not officially, it's not up yet. I will put up a page with some information about it. As a watcher of my channel, I'll certainly give you a discount. I plan on 2 versions of that. One's going to be a free version where you can log your stuff. There just won't be as much detailed reporting about it. And then the paid version will be, just a buttload of data. Not to mention you can track your entire trip, right? Multiple gaming sessions per trip. You can track your comps, your comp value, stuff like that. Hopefully it provides value to the craps community, and I know I could use it. I'd like to track my play. What am I doing? I guess that's another question is when you guys play, I'm trying to think of the biggest win I've ever had on a craps table. And it has to be when I bought in at the Aria and cashed out. I'll show the picture right here. Bought it for $1,000. It was a quarter table, and just made hay. Cashed out with $3,500. Probably my single best day at the craps table. I've had a lot of other, 500 cash out for 1,000, 1,500. Nice hits, right? Anytime you're finishing at or above your bankroll, great day at the craps table, right? But far too often, I'd see 25% loss, 50% loss, 100% loss, right? I don't know what percentage of my craps play results in a 100% loss or 25% loss, or what's my total loss, what's my time at the table, what's my hourly rate basically at the table, and that's what my app's basically going to be used for. It's definitely going to be used to log my time, and I find I'm a bit of a nerd, so that's what I find helpful. Speaking of nerdism, I've also got another app in progress that what's it doing? Right now, as I mentioned, I'm logging these rolls. I'm putting them in Bone Tracker. I'm going to take those rolls out of Bone Tracker, and I'm going to pass them into my application, and I am going to apply multiple betting strategies against that data, that roll data, to try and find the best, absolutely best betting system. That's what I want to do. So if you got betting systems, send them on in. You can send them to abpcraps@gmail.com, and I will try and get them worked in. I know some of you have sent me some stuff that I'd like to go through on the table. And then while I'm out in Vegas, I guess I would love to get a live play. I've seen that, several times, and I haven't worked up the cojones to ask my local casino if they would allow something like that, even set up a private table type situation. That would be fantastic, but I'm guessing that's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, they just put the dividers back up because one person they did not get COVID, but they got contact. They got a contact trace or some shit like that, which is just fucking ridiculous. But anyway, by the way, I've gotten my first shot of the Pfizer vaccine, and shot number 2 is going to happen at the end of this month. So that's exciting. No side effects so far, but we'll see. What else? Yeah. So that's what I got going on in the works. I've got this video has taken a long time to put together. This is my third go at it. I'm trying to make it too complicated, and finally just simplified it. Said, what is bet scaling? What happens when these minimums go up? And let's talk about bankrolls and what happens as a percentage of your bankroll when the minimum bet does go up and you're betting minimum. So yeah, that's all I got, folks. And again, I appreciate all the subscribers. Welcome to all the new subscribers. That last video, the Confessions of a Craps Player, has done really well. And again, I appreciate all of your support. And we are trying to take this thing to help everybody become a better player. I know it's forcing me to look at a little bit inside and saying, ooh, I don't know if that's the best thing or not. And while I just showed you that how I changed my betting on a $500 buy-in at a nickel table, where I was 80% $86 in on a $5 table, into a $86 into a $500 buy-in on a $5 table, and probably the cause for a lot of losing sessions. I mean, hey, being honest, that's what it. Yeah, not proud of it, but it is what it is, and I'm here hoping to help you make your craps game better. So stick with us. We're gonna get this done. All right. We'll talk to you later.